Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, and got a great show for you guys tonight. I got to meet a couple of guys, and they put me on their show, Teddy Talks. I had a great time with them, and so you know what? I thought it was time to bring them on and introduce them to my audience. So in a little while, I'm going to bring on Mr. Jacob Easter and Mr. Ruben Salter. Two guys you're going to absolutely love. Really are. And then obviously Bill Bailey, he'll be with me tonight. And I got a couple other pretty cool guys. We go back a long ways. We're 30 years plus, believe me. But I've got my very good friends, Mr. Bud Orr and Mr. Dan Colby, coming on tonight with us. And we're going to talk to these guys from Teddy Talk. A couple of good guys. You're gonna really like them. Obviously, Bud, Dan. The whole world knows these two guys. That goes without saying. These are two of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. But you're going to meet a couple more real nice guys tonight when you guys meet Jacob and Ruben. So I got a few things to talk about here real quick before I bring these guys out. I want to thank my guests I had on last week. Last week I had Mr. Paul Farrell and Mr. Ryan Courtney and Tony Dietz on. And these guys, I consider these guys friends. And the reason I put them on is because I like putting good people on my show. That's the whole ticket to my show, is bringing people together. I absolutely love it. And these are three of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet. And I'm looking forward to having these guys back on my show again. And this week, really cool. From Texas, Tony Dietz sent me this. Now everybody's going to go, wow, what is that? Well, this is an original headband from JT. And he also sent me, he collected these from some of his friends, an original headband from Tiger Stripe Camouflage from back in the day. So I got to tell you, Tony, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. That is very cool. I absolutely love it. And stuff like that I cherish. I think the world of you guys, and I really do appreciate that so much. Matter of fact, they're all jumping in here. Mark Gong, Rick Wilcox, how you guys doing this evening? Anyhow, a couple things I want to mention real quick. I got a bag here from Field One. Okay, these are my friends at Field One, Eric Crandall and Alex Frazee and Raul. This bag is really cool. Now, what I was going to do is I was going to go ahead and do a promo on it. I was going to put it all together and put a bunch of stuff in it. This is one of the coolest bags out there, and it goes from a bag, boom, to a backpack. But I just have not had time this week to do it. But I'm going to get to it this week. I'm going to show you how much stuff you can stuff into this really cool little bag. It's absolutely awesome. I love it. So a couple things I want to mention real quick. Is the WCPL tournament's coming up next weekend at Ambush Paintball Park. It's down there in Moore Park, California. And Glenn Forrester is hosting it. It's going to be February 18th and 19th. It's a 10-man. So if you get a chance, come on down and check it out. We're going to have some great people there. Bill Bailey's coming in. Tim Schloss is coming in. I believe we're going to drag Bud Orr up there. You guys got to come up and get a picture with Bud Orr. Oh, man. It's funny, too, because you take a picture with this guy, and then you look at the picture. He's got like this orb around him. I don't know what's going on. I want one of them orbs that go around me, too. But I guess you got to be pretty cool, I guess, to get that orb. But I'm working on it. Nothing else, I'll start drawing them in with a magic marker. So, and then another thing I want to mention is Tom Gee is having the paintball extravaganza, and it's going to be February 28th through March 2nd, and it's down there in Orlando. And the extravaganza, what it is, where they get a bunch of manufacturers and people with ideas and stuff together. And like I always say on my show, everybody, the more people that get together and work together, the bigger we make paintball. If you're fighting against each other, you drive the sport down the hole. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to bring everybody together. And that's why I bring certain people on my show and introduce them and hook them up with other people. Because somewhere down the line, they're going to get to do something together to make paintball bigger and better. Hey, it's a simple thing. It's a simple thing. So anyhow, the extravaganza is pretty cool. So if you get a chance, Tom Gee works really hard at this every year, and he'll be down there in Orlando. Just jump on, just get on Facebook on Tom Gee, and you'll find out what's going on there. And then I got to mention the Montresor Classic. Frank and Jennifer have obviously taken over the Classic from their son, Tim, who did it for many, many years. And this year they're going to be hosting it at Fox Paintball. Now, Fox Paintball's in Yorkville, Illinois, and it's the 29th and the 30th. It's a mechanical 10-man. So if you get a chance, you're going to want to jump in and check that out. Just jump on PB Leagues, the same thing you do for the WCPL, and get on there, register your team, and go play some paintball. Remember, one thing we're not trying to do, we don't try to compete against anybody. I think that there's room for everybody in the sport. I think the more people get involved and the more things that we actually do for paintball and bring people together, I think the better off we're going to be. And so that's what we're doing. So if you get a chance, Montresor Classic, hosted at Fox Paintball in Yorkville, Illinois, the 29th and the 30th of July. All right. Very, very cool. Okay, let me give let me bring my buddy, Mr. William Bailey on. I was waiting until he was eating or drinking something, but he's not doing that for me tonight. So I don't know what's going on. What's going on, Billy?
Nothing. It's been a good day.
Oh, it's probably warm there, huh?
Well, it's 55. It's getting colder now.
Yeah, 55. Me and Bud's still sitting in the house looking out the window. But anyhow, we go out if we have to, I guess.
Yeah.
The house is on fire or something, we'll go out there then, And anyhow, hey, Ryan Courtney says hi.
You'd still stop to get a jacket.
Yeah. And Mark Gong says, let me post this real quick for Mark here, because Mark's a good man. He said, don't forget to support the Montresor Marauders Youth Legacy team and help them close out the football fundraiser. Absolutely right, Mark. And I know you guys have a fundraiser also for the Hermans for this coming year too. So you get a chance, maybe throw it up there or put it on my site, and we'll go ahead and we'll see what we can do about helping promote it. Because I'm a Hermans guy. Got my Hermans jersey over here, along with my other 4,000 jerseys. I love jerseys. You know that, Billy. Absolutely. Let's give our shout outs real quick, because we got some great guys coming on here tonight. Absolutely. I can't wait for you to meet Ruben and Jacob. These guys are two pretty cool guys. You already know Bud, and you already know Danny. Yeah, so you're gonna like these other guys. They're pretty sharp. So let's knock this out. I mention these guys every week. Big reason I mention it, guys, because back in the day, obviously these guys were like all my sponsors back then too. But the point being is these guys put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money into the sport of paintball. And what's really cool about these guys is most of them are still out there doing it. Am I right, Billy?
Yep.
I mean, you look at that's right. You look at Bud, you look at Danny. I mean, these guys are still out there promoting the heck out of paintball, and
playing.
Yeah, and if they don't deserve their names mentioned, nobody does. Period. Yep. These guys are the best of the best. I can't even explain how happy I am to have these guys for friends for so many years. It's been incredible. So, real quick, I'm going to start with Mr. Tim Schloss. Tim Schloss had Tiger Stripe camouflage, and the new Tiger Stripe is on its way, Billy. Oh. Now he told me, he goes, oh, Freddy, wait to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'll wait to talk about it. All right. I'll wait. Okay, I waited now. So anyhow, yeah, it's on its way, man. And I got to tell you, I am so excited. He called me the other day, and he's like, "Oh, Freddy, the colors are perfect. Everything's
the colors
perfect.
Are perfect.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. The colors, if the colors are not dead on, I mean, I've got some sitting over here that he shot down that they sent to us, and he's like, no, Freddy, the colors, this shade's wrong. So, that's what's so cool about Tim. He's like Bud Orr and he's like Dan Colby. These guys both had products, but did they just throw something together and put it on the market? Hell no, they didn't, man. They worked their butts off. Yeah, I watch, I watch Danny. I'm down in there, and Danny's got this stuff, and everything's minute. In a little spring's like a gazillionth of an inch longer or something like that. And he's like, no, spring's not going to work. Throw the whole batch away, get another batch. I'm like, oh my God. But that's why the autococker and the Air America, which is now Immortal Air Systems, that's why they work so well.
Yep. There's no
comparison. Yeah.
It's, they're perfect.
Yep. Absolutely right. So anyhow, Mr. Tim Schloss, I love you, Timmy. Tiger Stripe Camouflage has Gateway Paintball and has the last of the WCPL tournaments. It's going to be in St. Louis in October. So should be pretty cool. You definitely want to do that. And Tim's a great guy. And then next, I got to mention, out of the box, Mr. Dan and John Colby. Now, Dan's going to be honest with us tonight, and John is he's pretty much running Immortal Air now because Danny's hooked up with Steve down there at Panhandle Paintball in Florida, and they're going to actually be the next WCPL tournament that's going to be coming out here in April. So I'm excited as heck to go down there. Always excited to see Danny. Danny's he's a kick in the pants. I know. You gotta love it. So, I'm not too much into boring people, but so Danny's opposite, definitely the other side of that spectrum. So anyhow, yep. Been my sponsors for 30 some years. He's pretty cool. Anyhow, Dan and John Colby, Immortal Air, and then I mentioned Mr. Bud Orr. Now, Bud's always, I know Bud's going to be on tonight, but I mention him every week because everybody goes, oh, man, he had all these guns. Of course he had all those guns. He worked his butt off putting all them guns together. Worked his butt off. Go try to finance something like that to start with. And then come back and talk to me, It's not like you go here. You don't bust open your piggy bank and get $500,000 worth of parts. It just doesn't roll that way. So that's why I say all these guys, same way with Schloss, Billy. These guys put a lot of money in, getting their stuff ready, up and running. Same way with Danny. So, Mr. Bud Orr, I'm not going to say a bunch about him because I'm going to tease him when he comes on. I'll wait for that. So, but the guy knows I absolutely love him. Yeah, a lot of years we go back. I believe you got pictures of him and I both had hair.
Yeah.
I asked you not to show those.
Colored hair.
That's pretty cool. Huh?
Bud even had colored hair.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, both of us had hair. It was a good time. Anyhow, I won't go back there. Okay. Enough of the hair thing. Hair today, gone tomorrow. Maybe it was gone yesterday. Anyhow, and then I got to say hi to Mr. Tom K. Tom K. Airgun Designs was my sponsor for many, many years. Rainey and Juvie Boucher had Paintball News back in the day. Paintball News. There you go. Oh, man. Yeah, Paintball News. 2 times a month, you could go out to your local field and pick up a Paintball News. It told you what just happened, what was coming up, where all the fields were located, buy, sell, stories of big games. I had the honor of being a West Coast editor of that magazine for quite a few years. And I just want people to still remember all these people who work really, really hard to make things good for paintball like it is now. Then Randy Camilla was the editor for APG back in the day. Mr. Jerry Braun. Jerry was the editor for Paintball Sport back in the day. And, what a good-looking guy.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. I could look like that again, but the magic marker is too hard to wash off my head. That was the only way I could put hair on.
Charcoal.
Yeah, I know.
Charcoal.
Charcoal. I like that. Let me write that down. That's pretty cool. Then I got to say hi to Ross Alexander. Ross had Line SI back in the day, the Bushmaster. I still have my original Bushmaster. Booyah. Yep, I still got mine up there. My original one I played my first professional 15-man with. Absolutely love it. Then I got to say hi to Jim Lively, 2 tournaments back in the day. Jim watches the show, too. Jim's probably watching right now. He doesn't put his name up, but somebody will always go, hey, Jim's watching. There you go. I got my patches from 1988 even. And so anyhow, Jim Lively, 2 tournaments back in the day you wanted to do. Jim Lively's Masters in Tennessee, Jerry Brown's World Cup in New York. Very, very cool tournament. It was like a homecoming. It was just absolutely cool. I love it. Matter of fact, that's where I met Tim Schloss. So I'll be forever grateful for that tournament, the very first one I ever went to. And then I got to say hi to Gino from Belkin. Okay. I got this over here. Everybody thinks that's Gino. You know, they go, Mom, did you have a mock-up of Gino made? And I go, no, Gino doesn't have a mustache. Come on, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. So anyhow, yeah, Gino from Belkin, you know, Gino's a big guy in paintball, no doubt about it. And he does an awful lot for paintball behind the scenes. You guys just, I am very grateful to be involved with all of these guys and see what, like him and Bud and Dan, you know, all of these guys do so much behind the scenes that nobody ever knows about. So, you know, they don't toot their horns. I try to toot it for them. Keep it simple. And then as I say hi to my two little buddies every week, two special players that are growing up that are going to be just absolutely awesome is going to be the word. That's Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong, sons of Mark and the great Lily Gong, okay? Because, you know, Mark, he's out there running around taking care of stuff for the union. You know, Lily's keeping the kids solid. Now, these are two good parents. These kids are very, very lucky. I'm proud to call them friends, and proud to have Mark played on Constant Pursuit, was on my shows with me back in the day. Very, very good guy. So, Billy.
Bring him on.
I'm going to bring them on. Yeah. I'm going to start with two of the Teddy Talk guys, man. I got to tell you, Billy, you're going to like these guys.
Yeah,
These guys
funny.
are pretty cool. They're great. They had a great show, and they invited me on. I had a terrific time. I really, really did. And, you know, I put out, like a day and a half ago, I put out the feeler for it. We had over 1,700 reaches on that. So, yeah. So, you know, somebody must want to be interested in watching. So, anyhow, everybody, I would like you all to please welcome Mr. General Alien, but I call him Mr. Jacob Easter, please.
How's it going, everybody?
Going good. How you doing this evening?
Good, good.
Good. I'm going to bring on your protege, a guy that gave us a hand here in the green room. Man, we were very grateful he jumped on. He's a pretty cool guy, yeah. Please, everybody, welcome Mr. Ruben Salter. What's going on, Ruben?
How's it going?
It's
How's
going
it going,
good, my
guys?
friend. Yeah. You know, first of all, you know, I'm going to bring on our other two guests in just a minute here. But first of all, I want to thank you guys for taking time to come on the show tonight. And, you know, I wanted my audience to meet you guys because I think you're both worth meeting. And I think that your podcast was really cool. And I liked the heck out of it. I had a good time on there. So I'm very, very happy that you guys came on here tonight.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, it's my
Thank
pleasure.
very
You know,
much. We're happy to be here.
Oh, great. Well, I'm going to bring out our other two guests here in a minute. But then, you know, I got to hit you guys up with the question. Everybody that comes on this show has got to tell us, how did you get started in paintball? You know, I mean, that's one thing that I love to learn all the time is how did you get involved in paintball? You know, you didn't just like roll out of bed and start playing paintball, you know. And a lot of them is birthday parties, kind of blows me away, you know. And I went to a birthday party and I got hooked, and here I am 30 years later. You know, I mean, it's just something like that. So if you guys don't mind, I'd like to bring on a couple of pretty nice guys and guys that have worked really hard for the sport of paintball. And I want you guys to meet these guys because you couldn't ask for better friends. So I'm going to start with, please, everybody, welcome Mr. Bud Orr.
Hi guys, how you doing?
And
going,
Mr.
Bud?
Dan Colby.
Hey guys, how are you?
What's going on, Danny?
Hey, their little brother.
How's it going?
Good
So,
to see
yeah.
you guys, man. It's good to see
Yeah,
you.
good to get you on, Danny. Boy, I got to tell you, thank God John was around, huh?
Oh man, I was gonna throw this phone out the window. I was 2 seconds. I think that's why you came in here.
Oh, tell
And
us how
then-
you really feel.
Yeah, I tell you.
No, don't go there. Don't go there. No.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, bud. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a
Time
kid's
out.
show.
Don't
Oh my
go
God,
there.
what's wrong with me? Yeah, time out.
No, we got it. Yeah, how you doing, bud? How you feeling?
I'm doing great, man. Yeah.
Good, man. You look good.
Well, thank you. A little lighter than I usually am.
Yeah, well, that's you know.
Well, that's
you
a
gotta keep
plus.
that way then.
That's a
Yeah.
plus, man. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know if my shoes are on unless my feet are cold. You know. But anyhow, that's another story. I won't get into that. But you know, you're gonna like these guys tonight. I'm gonna start with the guy up there, Mr. General Alien, because that's what he's called in a lot of big games. And got to say real quick, Andy's watching tonight. Andy Stretch, the LA Remember Foundation. Uh,
Great
Andy's a
guy,
great
great
guy. You know,
foundation.
yeah, I want to hook these guys up with Andy too. You know, I like all you guys. You know, that's why I like to bring all you guys together because Jacob and Ruben are cool guys, and you know, cool guys work with other cool guys like Dan and Bud and Bill, and that's what you know. Next thing you know, you guys are doing something special for the sport, and then somebody else will jump in, and yada yada yada. Down the road we go. Paintball bigger and better, just like that. So I'm going to
Snowball
start
effect.
real quick with General Alien, uh, aka Jacob Easter. Jacob, I want you to tell us how'd you get started in paintball, my friend?
Well, it actually was not that long ago for me. I had other things that I did previously that kept my adrenaline flowing. But my son had his 14th birthday party and he had dad playing it for him. And we decided we would go play paintball. So 4 years ago now, we went out and played some indoor paintball and slid all over the concrete floor and into the walls and um, loved it. Didn't realize how bad it was playing in that, but we loved it. Went home. It was two of my cousins and my best friend came out because obviously they know my son. We're like, hell yeah, we want to play paintball. So they came out. We all played. We had a great time. And then it was like a day later. We're like, so let's play some more paintball. And we started watching some videos, and that led into, hey, let's make a team and finding fields near us. Went to a couple, found some teams, and was like, yeah, we definitely want to make a team. And was like a month later, we had a logo made, a team name established, and was rocking and rolling.
Yeah, you know, it's funny when people go, is
Hey,
paintball addicting? Well, you just heard how addicting it is right there. You know, you go play it. It's a sport for anybody, and it is an absolute riot. And you know, I'm really, really glad that you got involved in it too, because I think you're pretty good for paintball, General Alien. I think you're, yeah, and you travel around it quite a bit now.
Yeah, I did. I want to say 20, either 21 or 23 events last year. 3 tournaments, one of which was St. Louis WCPL. So that's what turned me on into the wanting to do the 10-man this year. But a lot of different scenarios. I commanded 5 games last year, I want to say. A little bit of everywhere, all over. Bounced around from Hawaii, did almost all the CPX events, the Super Game Indiana, a lot of Red Feather production events, which he does a lot of stuff with Blast Camp. He did one at Sherwood last year. He did one at our home field, Indy Paintball Battlegrounds. So
Very cool.
just a little bit
Yeah,
of everywhere. We're all
yeah.
over.
Well,
I have
20,
2 guys that don't
23
want to
events.
travel or can't travel, so we try to do a bunch at home that are local, and then guys that want to travel, and so we throw that in because my wife and my little man, they travel with me, and
Very cool.
we love it.
Very cool. Well, 23 events is quite a few events to hit. You know, back in the day, I was constantly on an airplane. That's for damn sure. So, Ruben, you're up to bat, buddy.
yes.
Tell us how you got involved in paintball.
Man, I think I started watching college paintball on TV, sparked my interest, and I'd see magazines in the store, walking through the checkout line. So, like, I'd seen all these, pictures and whatnot, but a couple of guys I went to church with, they had some paintball guns, some Tippmann 98s. They had some woods, and uh, when it got spring, summer, about once a month, we would, go to Dick's load up our CO2 tanks, get them all filled up, get us a couple boxes of paintballs, and go play in the woods. Probably 6 of us or so. Um, I got my first paintball gun. I don't know, maybe 2005-ish, I would say. It was a JT1 Recon. So around the era. So yeah, I started playing with some church guys. I played a bachelor party with my youth pastor actually, and that's really what got me hooked the first time, going to like an establishment where you had more skilled people and real barriers and courses set up. So that really got me hooked. And then recently, I picked it back up. I know one of the owners of Indie Battlegrounds, and I met Jacob there, and we linked up. I think we actually played against each other initially, and then I played with them that game as well, and then I've been playing with him ever since.
Very cool. Well, you're hanging out with a couple of guys down here that worked pretty hard for paintball and did an awful lot for paintball. Danny, tell us what's new. Tell us what's new in your woods right now, buddy.
Hey, everything's moving, Freddy. We're on the regulator side, on the immortal side, man. We're just, John just cracking out stuff, so it's really good. As far as Panhandle, we're doing good. We're getting stuff done. We're really excited. It's going to be really something. Something we're really looking forward to. This is something we all feel real. Bud and I, and you, and Kevin and Steve, and everybody's been talking about this. And what Jake had mentioned about coming in as a father, taking his son and his wife over to the game and play the game, paintball. I think that's what we all envisioned everything to be like. I mean, this is what it's all about. It's a family thing. And it's what we're trying to do here with the, if I'm not mistaken, on this ICPL type of thing is exactly this, or not the ICPL, but the WCPL, is a father and son type of a thing, and an organization. And we're really working hard to bind father and son and the older group of guys just trying to do that. So that's the cap of what I'm up to. It's but I think that's something I'd like to get into, since we had this platform right now. As far as the differences between what you guys are setting up with what we're setting up right now, as far as the WCPL goes, and anything else, which is completely different than anything else. I think this was really set up specifically for the father and son type of thing. We need something. Tommy Cole is a great friend of mine. There's nothing in the world that I would do to go against Tommy Cole. So for us to get involved with it in something like this, it's the reason I got involved with this, is because we're completely different. This is specifically for the togetherness on the mechanical end of paintball, bringing it back to the purest form of paintball. So it's really important for all of us, and that's why I see that there's a difference between what we do and what anybody else has done. So I don't know.
And Danny, has somebody got a radio on or something?
No, not on my.
No, I think somebody doesn't have headphones in, and it's echoing the audio back from the podcast itself.
Oh wow. Yeah, because they. Oh well. Anyhow.
Yeah, I hear the feedback.
Oh, do you?
I hear it too.
Yeah.
It's not me.
We're just gonna fight. No, it's not you, bud.
No, I don't.
I swear it's not me.
Like that, I don't got those in. I don't put those in. So I don't have
Wow,
those.
It sounds like it just went down right now. Anyhow.
Yeah.
We're good.
But Ryan Courtney, he says that Dan wanted to thank you so much for your sponsorship for many, many years. Danny, you and I go back. You started to sponsor me, in like 89, something like that?
Right around there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time. That's what I was pointing out everywhere. I got a jacket up here, an Air America jacket that Danny had made for me. And how many of those jackets were made, Danny?
2.
One for
Yeah.
me, one for you.
Right on, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. That is an awesome leather jacket. I love it. I used to wear that thing everywhere I'd go, man. It was such a big thing walking through the airports too, because I lived in airports back then. You knew that, Danny.
Yeah.
And everybody come up and go, "Oh man, Air America, what's that? Whoa." So I still got the jacket, and I still sport it every once in a while, but it's still like brand new. I like keeping it that way, man.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, but what you and Bud have done for paintball over the years has been great, and that's the same thing that Jacob and Ruben are doing now. They got their teams together. He travels with his son and his daughter. I mean, his son and his wife, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
I used to do that all the time too until I got sick of traveling. But yeah, which happens. Get ready, Jacob. It'll come around. It got to my wife wouldn't even want to go to Europe because I'd be going to
man.
Europe like 6 times a year. Finally, she goes, "Nah, I've been there, done that too many times." So, but yeah, that's you guys are the guys that were kind of passing the baton off to go ahead and keep paintball alive and keep it growing, man. And that's why I had you guys on the show. I just when I was on your show, I just thought your attitudes about the sport and your feelings about it were just great. So Jacob, where do you see yourself going now in paintball?
Well, I didn't think a year ago that I'd be going to California a week from today to play in a 10-man tournament. That was not where we were going with Toxic Teddies originally. Hadn't been talked about. But over the course of the last year, a lot of the guys had drawn some interest in airball and in classic paintball. And so I traveled last year. My wise guys, good friends of mine, picked me up for ICPL in Chicago. I got to play 5-man open with them and watch how they run their 10-man. So I got to learn a lot from them on that. Bob White, BMO, great guy. He's the whole crew, Bob White crew, love those guys. They took me in for the St. Louis event, and I got to be one of their front players. So that put me out there in it and gave me a little bit different understanding of it so that I can come back and relate that to my guys that had no experience but just wanted to jump right into it. I'm not all about jumping all the way in without a little bit of knowledge in it. So it was nice that the wise guys and Bob White, those guys have knowledge, picked me up and let me learn a little bit with them so that I can take that to my guys and we can move forward with that this season. And yeah, so moving forward, I have no idea now. I really can't answer that question because I don't know where the road will actually go.
Taking it day by day now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what you just said about going in and jumping in with those guys in St. Louis for that tournament, one thing I always Bud and Danny and Bill and myself, we go way back in paintball, so we know a lot about paintball, and we know a lot of things that happen that most people in paintball now don't even have a clue about. But all of us will still shut our mouth and listen if somebody's got something to say that we think that can make us that much smarter. Because if a guy tells you he knows everything, yeah, he's either a liar or a fool. Because it just doesn't work that way. So what you just said, and then taking it back to your team, what did you just do? You just helped guys in paintball, which makes them better players, which makes them feel better. And somewhere down the road, they're going to do the same thing. You see, it's such a simple philosophy to build a sport. That is just exactly how you do it. There's no big formula. That's exactly what you do is you learn and then you teach it to somebody else and hope that it goes on and on and on. So I got to tell you, Jacob, my hat's off to you, buddy. That's pretty cool.
Well,
what do you think?
I appreciate it. We got to feel the trickle effect within the team because as soon as I was done doing that and we started establishing that this is what we wanted to do, Ruben jumped on and started filtering out different things that those players that want to do tournaments need to start learning, videos they can watch, things they can do in the off time. So we within our team, it really was a trickle effect like you were talking about. It just started with me going out and branching out so that I could bring it back to hopefully help. And it seems like it has. Everybody's done some improvements.
It's always got to
sure.
start someplace, man. You know, it's got to start someplace, everything. And that's what you did for your team. And Jeff Thompson, you know, he's watching us right now. Jeff's up in Canada. He's coming out, I guess, to play with you in the WCPL down there.
Yes, he is. He's going to be with us.
Yeah. Have you ever met him before?
I have not.
You're going to love
You
this
linked
guy.
him up with me, and I've had a few conversations with him now, and he's in our 10-man team chat, and I look forward to taking the field with him.
Yeah, he's a good player, but he's a great person. You're gonna absolutely like him a lot, big time. He's pretty cool. But
Awesome.
what do you think of these guys?
I love him. I mean, what you just said, he listens to learn, not listen to comment, you know, and there's so many people that, you know, you try and teach somebody something and they're sitting there listening, not to what you have to say to learn something. They want to comment back on it. And that's not where we all go. I mean, I'm a magnet for knowledge, you know, and I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. I talk to kids and learn things from kids. And
Absolutely.
I mean, it's endless if you open your mind to try and learn things. 'Cause let me tell you what, I've been doing this for 39 years, and I learn every time I go somewhere. I mean, Bill, you guys there, I'm looking forward to talking to you, you know, at the next tournament. And Dan, Jesus, he taught me all kinds of stuff. They don't even really realize it, you know. I'm
He's got
almost
that
as
effect
smart.
on
I'm
people.
almost as smart as him, you know.
I love to know
Oh,
what
man.
you forget.
You know,
I'm
but-
looking for a chandelier because it's getting deep in here.
Yeah. Well, it's a little deep, but that's okay. No, but I love you guys' attitude. I mean, it's fantastic.
We love you
And,
too, but you know, we go back a long, long ways, man. Matter of fact, you taught me how to be on stage and be so gracious.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
Well, Dan doesn't realize it, but he's been sponsoring me for when were you out here in California with Homeboy? You know, with
Oh,
Air
he's talking about the
America.
Marine guy. The Marine guy.
Yeah,
Gunny.
Gunny. Yeah.
That's when I met him and he first started sponsoring me. So that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
You know,
Danny
I
and
think in 88 or 89. So
yeah,
he's
that's
been
about when we go back.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Danny. I never met Danny. Jeff Promoter was my sponsor because RP Shearer was my sponsor back then. And he calls me up. He goes, "Yeah, Freddy," he goes, "I'm going to send you out a semi-auto." I think it was, what was that, the BM68 or something like that, Danny?
Yeah, it was a VM68.
Oh, there you go. There's Bud and I.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, both had hair too. Pretty cool.
Matter of fact, a lot of the bottle of cylinders that I got right now are all Air America, you know, and I got some new ones because I got some from him. But
Everything I got, Air America. Matter of fact, I don't know if I could reach it, but I've got my original Air America tank when I played remote, and it was God, what did it weigh? About 12 pounds. It was,
well, back then, you know, we had to work out to play paintball. I mean,
Yeah.
that's it in a nutshell. The guns weighed 85 pounds, and you had a bunch of paint on your back. I mean, you know, you had to work your legs out. So, I mean, that's the
There
way
you
it
go.
was, you know. But today, everybody's going light and seeing how many balls they can shoot in one game and not hit nobody. So,
yeah, I'm a mechanic. Yeah. Yeah. Spray and pray is what it is. Yeah.
yeah, well, when I was playing, they didn't even have pumps. You know, I mean, it was just you had to pull them back.
It was a slingshot, wasn't it?
Yeah, this thing. Well, we won't go back that far,
Oh,
but
there you
yeah.
go, bud. Look at that cocker.
Oh my God,
Isn't that
yeah,
beautiful?
Yeah.
yep, yeah. But my hat's off to you guys. I mean, please don't get out of paintball. Just continue with what you're doing because it just. I talk to people all the time and try and get them into paintball. And well, I asked them if they ever played, and they said, "Oh no," but I'm really thinking about it. I said, "Well, don't play." What are you talking about? I said, just don't play because if you play, it's going to change your life. I mean, before I started paintball, I built air compressors for dive boats. I worked on Navy ships, overhauled them. I built race cars, dragged boats,
You
and
still do that.
the first time when I played paintball, 4 months later, I dropped all that stuff and just made paintballs. That's all I done with paintball, but pissed a lot of people off. But I was just addicted. I mean, that's all I lived for.
Yeah.
You're doing what
39
you
years.
thoroughly enjoyed.
Well,
Ruben,
you know what I love the most about is the people. You know,
absolutely.
I mean, it's just, and you guys will learn that, the people is where it's all at. I mean, I
Well,
just,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of friends, but my best friends are from paintball.
oh yeah.
And if it wasn't for paintball, Danny's flown me all over the world. Danny and I played in Thailand. What was it, 127 degrees
In the shade.
in the shade? Yeah. Oh, no, guys,
That's
I
not a
kid you
game
not.
for me.
That's how hot it was. I swear. We played 3 games. What were they? Three 20-minute games or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, I got it. And that's when I was in shape too. And I'm like, man, when I was sitting down, I was moving too fast after them games.
No shit. It was hot. It was hot. It was like a pizza oven.
Oh, we had a time there though, huh?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my,
great time. Great time.
yeah.
And
Quick
that does
story.
ring true
Oh,
about
go.
friendship, though, and whatnot. Like Jacob, I didn't know Jacob from nobody a few years ago, and now I talk to the dude every day. Like he's one of my best friends.
Well,
Paintball
Well, no.
changed
you
life
guys got your,
forever.
yeah, you guys got your podcast together. You guys do a
Yeah,
great job together like that. Whose idea was
absolutely.
it to do the podcast?
That's all Jacob. All the ideas are Jacob. All the toxic teddies, that's all his head, and we just try to help him and fuel it.
Well, yeah, but you're a pretty good wingman.
I couldn't do it without. I've got like a handful of the guys on
Right.
my team, literally two handfuls. They help out in so many different ways. Um, just
Well, you can't do stuff by yourself like that.
no,
That's when you got
I
friends
don't
like
want
that.
to.
You know, just like
I enjoy doing it with them.
yeah,
It that I don't know. I don't,
yeah. It's
I
like
think that's a really
I
cool
can
thing
talk.
to do that.
Yeah, I could have talked on the podcast by myself forever, and I would have gotten bored. I mean, even having different guests and everybody, but it's like it's fun having Rube there as my sidekick to like we get it done together.
yeah. That's what I got. Same way with Billy. I got Billy up there. He talks too much, but I mean,
Yeah.
other than that,
I'm a good listener.
but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Just like a lot of things. Ruben, he actually figured out what was going on with the feedback in the green room for something else right away. So, everybody's got their pluses. Stuff I can't figure out, I call Billy up. Billy takes care of. I try to get a hold of somebody. I tell Billy, get a hold of this guy for us. It just all works out good that way. And
I got to
We were
get
talking
Ruben's
about
number.
everything, and Jacob was talking about how the scenario players, they go out to scenario games and play. You've been in the Indy and everywhere, Joe Stayback's field and so on and so forth. And you take your wife and your son. It's nice. Now imagine you have that laid back atmosphere that you play when you're at the scenario game. It's fantastic. It's heaven actually. And then you take that same attitude and you put that into a slightly more competitive area, Okay, and that's exactly where we fall in the WCPL. Okay, it's a mindset of a big game, the brotherhood, the camaraderie, that we all have one together, and we're going out to play paintball. I mean, yeah, I mean, we all want to win, but is that, you know, are we going to compromise what we're here for? No, we're all going to hang out. We're all going to talk. We're all going to do the best we can. When you hit me, I'm going to tell you did a great job, and I'm going to put my hand up and walk off that field, and we're going to have a beer with you afterwards. You know what I mean? So I'm
Absolutely.
really
Hey,
happy that you're on, and people are
Dan's got a
enjoy
broken finger
because
though. He didn't tell you about
WPL is
that.
right in your league. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's always stiff, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
The one finger. I mean,
It is. It is. You know.
I've never figured that out. You
Hey,
know, I
he
mean,
does. He does that to me too. He goes, Freddie, you're number one with me. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, and I always ask him, Danny, why you wave goodbye with one finger? What's the deal? You know.
Well,
No, I got it. Yeah.
he's gone to this. You know. You know
Yeah.
what this is?
Yeah, I know.
It's a cluster of these.
Yeah. He does that all the time. He goes, Freddie, you and me are like this. He goes, that's me. That's you.
That's you. Yeah.
I thought it's because he's Italian.
Hey,
Oh,
that's right. Yeah,
Let me tell
yeah,
you, Danny will teach you more stuff about vocabulary and sign language. He is the
all four
best
words.
Ever
All
on
four
earth.
words. You
Oh,
know,
I
and Danny,
love that guy to death.
but you know what's funny, but is watching him fight, not doing it because he knows this is like a kid's show. So you know he is so how would I say it? Yeah, that's right, Billy. That's how you say it. So
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait
No.
till you guys get to meet Danny face to face. You're gonna love this guy.
Oh God, he's
Yeah.
you'll start laughing your ass off, and you ain't even said hi yet.
I had that.
Great guy.
Yeah.
I actually did get to meet Dan at ICPL in Chicago.
Oh, cool.
When I was down there with the Wise Guys, I got to meet Dan and John, and that was where we talked about this, and
Yeah.
we were going to add that on.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember everything. Yeah, man. I mean, I always try to remember the good. I'm bad with names. You know?
Oh yeah,
But
no worries.
See ya.
I'm utilizing that this week too.
Yeah, he still calls me, hey, dude. So,
Hey, yeah, what's up? I don't
What's up,
know.
dude?
Yeah, but yeah, that's good, man. It's I remember you. You know, I mean, but, yeah.
Well, I want you to get to
I'm
know
glad
that,
to be a part of the Immortal Air family.
Yeah,
as
well, I
as
want
the rest of my
you
team.
guys. I want you
We
guys all to
appreciate your
hook up.
support.
I want you guys all hook up after the show. You know, get on Facebook so you get to interact with each other from here on in. Because now Ruben, you know,
sure.
Bud, you know, Danny, you know, Jacob, you're going to get to know them even more than just meeting them now. You know, and that's what you want to do because you know these guys are they're a couple of the best. Period. I've taught them both well. I've worked with them for years and years and years since
You're
I
a
got
good
them to come
teacher.
out of their shell.
Yes, you did. It was rough, but we got out of it, and we all owe it to you.
Hey, people told me for years, you're not going to change them. I go, watch. It just takes time, you know. I didn't know it'd take 30 years, but you know, it is what it is.
Slow, but we made it. We made it, right?
He'd like a
Absolutely.
he'd like a nagging wife. You just say yes, dear, and move on.
Yeah. Boy, you can tell we're all married, huh?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say nobody's changed Dan. We've just grown to accept them. You know, there's
That's true too. You know, yeah. Danny and I have we've gone some places and done some things. That's for damn sure, man.
Yeah.
Not in this show though, Danny.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you want to bring any of that up, though, do you?
Nah,
Statute of limitations, I don't think is over on one of them.
I'm not
No.
going to take a chance on any of it.
some of them don't have statute of limitations.
Yeah, that's why we don't go back to that country. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Ryan Courtney said, great show. Been laughing my butt off all show. See, you and Bud are funny. I told you guys that, man. You know, it's not just your looks; it's your humor. You guys are good.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Okay, but
That-
it might
that
be your
better?
looks. I don't know. You know.
I think I'm gonna paint my head or something. You know,
Yeah,
'cause it's
I
too
tried
shiny.
that. Yeah, I tried that too. Yeah. Yeah, I
Bud,
was wondering why. Go ahead, Billy.
I heard Bud got a coupon for hair transplant. Or hair.
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna one of these days. I'm gonna take them up on it. I mean, they said it'll grow out in like 2 or 3 minutes. You know, I said, well, count me in. You know.
Yeah, that's because that's how long it takes a super glue to set.
Yeah.
It's a 2-for-1 coupon, and Tim's gonna go up there pretty soon. So maybe him and Tim can go and
There you go.
take advantage of
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna go together. Yeah.
You know, but I'm not going to tell you where they shaved it and glue that on either.
Well,
No.
it's Mexico. You know
You're gonna get a stiff neck.
the coupon's only good in Mexico, so you can't use it.
It's not
Oh, yeah.
going to expire. We'll make
No,
it.
they use
we'll
that
make it
donkey hair
happen.
down there. Yeah, they use donkey hair down there. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah,
Well,
every time you walk by a bag, you'd want to throw it on and carry it. Yeah.
So there's, I used to have a lot of hair, but I rode Harleys for like 20 years, and all blew in the street.
Guess who I got here?
Right off.
Between
this
that
out.
and headboards, I don't know.
It's probably the headboards. The combination.
What's going on, Tim?
Hey, we were gonna surprise you guys. We got our new full heads of hair. You know, we got this 2-for-1 coupon. But,
Oh.
I don't know if anything's gonna happen with it or not.
Everybody, this is Mr. Tim Schloss from Tiger Stripe Camouflage calling in here. Yeah, I knew the minute I knew I'd get a call from you the minute you heard something about hair.
Yeah, Bud says he called me up. He said he got a 2-for-1 coupon from someplace, and when I come out next weekend, we're gonna go down there and try it out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are gonna leave me out then, huh?
Yeah, no, we're gonna go down
You
there.
know, we can put you in on the deal if you want. We could probably split it up 3 ways.
Yeah, but then we only get a partial head. Nah.
You know, we can get you some sideburns.
Oh, sideburns. Now you got my interest. So how you doing, brother?
Everything's good. Just getting ready to come out.
Cool.
Looking forward to it.
Very cool. I didn't tell anybody about the new camo either, so I kept my mouth shut like I told you.
Yeah, thanks.
It's all good, brother. Glad it could help.
I'll tell you what, it looks good.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, it was worth the wait. Like I said, now it's we're finalizing all the artwork on the labels and stuff, and then we'll be
Oh, see, I thought I wasn't supposed to say anything. You just spilled the beans.
well, it's still out there a little bit. It's not going to be here tomorrow, but we're pretty damn close. We got all the big thing was getting the colors right.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm telling everybody. What a stickler you were for that. But if you want to say original, it's got to be original.
Well, it is. It's the artwork, the colors. It's
The man.
Well, that don't mean nothing. You're the one that made it.
No, I didn't make anything.
But no, it'll be nice. We'll talk about it when I get closer. I got all the stuff finalized, but it's I'm sitting here looking at the final piece, and it's pretty good.
A lot of people are excited about it. I got to tell you, Danny. They can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna do pretty good.
We'll probably run like 100 of them a month or something. We're not going to do a big blowout or anything. There's probably a fairly limited market for it anyway. But it's
Keep it special.
Yeah. No, we're going to do, like I said, we'll do a short run. We're going to do some headbands to go with it, and I'm just people have been asking for it, and everybody keeps trying to replicate it. And the real thing, we're going to have the real thing.
There you go. Absolutely. What do you think of these two guys, man? Jacob and Ruben.
Oh, they're cool. No, they're really cool.
Yeah.
The one, was it Jacob that was on the Bob Lights?
Yes.
Yeah, I for some reason I think I met him. When I was running around at the tournament. But they're great guys. That's everything we're looking for.
Yep.
But, keep the thing growing and rolling.
Paul Farrell said to say hi to you. He just jumped on.
Oh, well, say hi to Paul for me.
You just did.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Bud. Danny coming out for it, or is he gonna? Or we gotta wait till Florida to see him?
I think we got to wait till Florida to see Danny, but I'm looking forward to that. I really am.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think we're gonna have a good time down there. Weather's gonna be good. So.
Yeah, well, you get down to Southern California, at least it'll be in the 60s.
Oh man, I'm
70.
miserable here. It got warm. It warmed
70s.
up. I think it was in the 50s here today, but I mean it's overcast and not much fun. Can't get anything done. I went out to the field and the ground's just soaked.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's gonna rain tomorrow. So we're gonna have a dry weekend. I mean, business has been pretty good, but for this time of the year.
Well, you got a terrific field. That's why.
Well, thank you. Anyway, hey, I'll let you get back to your guests. Say hi to everybody for me, and I'll talk to you soon.
Right on, brother. We love you, man.
Take it easy, Tim.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right, everybody, that was Mr. Tim Schloss, Tiger Stripe Camouflage. I can't talk about it, but it's getting close. So,
Hey, he's not going to approve of those pictures of me in the last tournament, then, Jacob. I know that Tiger Stripe is not approved by him. But I was rocking it in mind because you said something on the podcast that he was making this. I was like, oh, I'm going to wear my Tiger Stripe.
Tell him to make a really big one.
There you go.
Root size one.
There you go.
It's
I
a
love
lead size.
Hey, what Hermesis headband you wearing, Ruben?
I am wearing. What is it, Jacob? Tell him.
It's the Love All.
The Love All?
Yeah. It got lost in the mail, so Jacob and I both bought one. He bought them together for us. He didn't know which color he wanted, but I'm colorblind, so it really don't matter.
Oh, it looks perfect. No, I love the color.
So I let him choose, but
Yeah.
They got lost in the mail. They ended up showing back up, and then he forgot it Sunday. I'm putting you on blast, bud. I told him Sunday, I said, bring it to the paintball field, and then he didn't.
Oh, very cool.
That's
very cool.
I didn't know they made him in red, Ruben.
We might, maybe. I got a rattler from somebody, and I was like, I don't even know what color this is, to be honest. It could be one of the red ones.
Have you ever met them guys? Have you ever met Ollie and Alex and them?
I have not. I've not got the pleasure of meeting them yet.
I got to meet them both at World Cup, and I've had the pleasure of talking to Alex after that a couple of times. So
yeah, they're only about 30 miles from where I'm at. So all those guys started on my field. So I mean, we all go way back. They're great guys. I'm going to actually have them on the show here in a few weeks. So maybe I'll pull you guys up and you can meet them, say hi to them, and connect with them. But I'm hoping that you'll connect with Bud and with Dan and with Bill. And
well, I'm about to connect with Bud this week and buy a tank from him.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
I don't have one yet, and one of my teammates got one. I was like, oh, yeah, I got to have one of these.
Mortal Air?
Yeah.
That's Dan.
That's Dan, yeah.
Oh, it's Dan? Okay.
Yeah, they're the...
It's okay.
Bud makes the auto
They're the
cocker.
best of the best. That's
okay,
for sure.
Bud's auto cocker guy. I got you mixed up.
Yeah. This is my last tournament gun right here. So
Ooh, I remember you showing that to us. That's nice.
Yeah, that's the last one that I played a tournament with.
That's awesome.
Yep, I got some pretty cool stuff. I gotta be honest with you. I tell everybody, that I feel so blessed about being in this sport. Of not what I am or what I've become, but all the guys I've got to meet through my journey through all the years of being in paintball. And now that includes you two guys too. And, Tony Dietz, Rick Wilcox, Jeff Thompson, Paul Farrell, all those guys are watching right now. All terrific guys. So, I surround myself with, I think, the best of people in the sport of paintball. So, now you guys are included in that, Ruben and Jacob.
We appreciate that.
Very, very cool.
Absolutely.
We'll try to carry that in a positive manner and live up to those standards you just put on us.
Oh, I think you will. Yeah, the pressure's great, but you guys can handle it. No problem. So, Danny, I'm going to start with you, my brother. First of all, I want to thank you so much for coming on. I want to thank John for getting you on.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. It's always a pleasure. You and I go back a long, long ways. And hopefully we'll still be together for a long, long time yet before we check out of here,
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It was a pleasure to be on the show. It's good to see you guys, Jacob, Ruben, Bud. It's always good to see you, man. And Billy, look forward to seeing you soon. And yeah, man,
April.
it's really good. Great show. It's good to see you guys. All right.
Love you, brother. Love you.
Good to see you.
Love you too, man.
All right, Danny.
Cool. All right.
You stay safe, brother. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
You got it, bro. I see.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. That was Mr. Dan Colby, Immortal Air America back in the day. One of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet. I can't wait you guys to meet him face to face and hang out with him because he is an absolute kick in the pants. Period. I mean, the Dan you've seen tonight was very docile, Dan. I mean,
He actually was pretty good.
It was, it's like he took a gallon of Valium or something. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, something,
He's a great guy. All right, Bud, you're next, buddy. I am so glad we got that figured out because, I love having you on the show anytime. You know that. You got an invitation. And
well, I got to get Ruben's number because he fixed it right away, and I've been fretting with that for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So,
I know it. Yeah, that broke my heart last week. Man, everybody wanted to talk to you, and damn.
Something so simple too. So,
it always is. It always is.
Anyway, thanks guys for being on. I really like your attitudes, and you're going to go a long way. I'm telling you. As a pair, you can't beat you two as a pair. I'll tell you. One falls, the other picks it up, and it's just back and forth. So I mean, and you both got great attitude.
I got his back.
Yeah,
sure.
But you got a great way with words, brother. I can't wait to see you next week.
And you take care, man. And,
all right, tell Kathy I said
I'll see you. I'll
next
see
Saturday.
You,
a week from Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll see
All
you
right.
then too.
Love you guys. You take care.
All right, brother. Love you too, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Meeting you.
All right, everybody. That's Mr. Bud Orr, War Game Products. Where's my shirt? Right there. He's a very, very special guy. Him, Dan, and everybody. Very, very special. If you guys want to hang around, I'm going to say goodbye. If you guys want to hang around, I'll pull you back up in the green room, and we can talk for a few minutes afterwards. Okay? So, Ruben, I'm going to let you say goodbye real quick. I want to thank you so much for coming on tonight, taking the time to come on. And I definitely enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to having you guys back on again sometime. So let's say goodbye to everybody.
Much appreciated for your time and a spot on your show. It was great talking to all these people. I haven't met them face to face, and I don't know a lot of the older names, so that's really cool getting to meet you guys at least on here and learn about where paintball came from and who's been in it doing what and helping out and progressing the sport. So I appreciate being a part of that.
Very cool. Well, hang around in the green room. We'll talk in a minute.
For sure.
All right.
See you, Ruby.
Everybody else, Mr. Ruben Salter from the half of Teddy Talks. Now, that is pretty damn cool. These guys are really, really a cool couple of guys. And you're going to meet the other half of Teddy Talks. Everybody, you know what, Jacob, I appreciate you taking the time to come on tonight, man. I've been looking forward to having you on. When you and Ruben had me on your show, I was very excited to be on. I don't get excited over a lot of things, believe me. I get to do a lot, so it takes quite a bit to amp me up. But I was pretty amped up coming on your guys' show. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody and hang around in the green room. We'll talk a little bit.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Everybody who was on and viewed and showed the love and the support. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Fred, for continuously putting Teddy Talk out there for everybody to get the bite, the feeler. Come and check us out.
When's your show? Promo your show real quick.
Teddy Talk is usually every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find the link on Toxic Teddy's paintball team page. And we share it pretty much all over on several other platforms of paintball through Facebook. So check us out Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right on, my friend. Thank you again for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And Bill, I'll
Yep.
see you later. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. See ya.
All right, everybody, it's Mr. Jacob Easter, half of Teddy Talks. A couple of great guys, huh? Great bunch on tonight. Man, I got to tell you, I can't wait to get in the green room with these guys now.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh my.
Yeah. Let's say goodbye real quick, Billy.
Well, see
You got your
everybody.
show. You got your
Yep.
show with Kenny tomorrow night. What do you
Yep,
got on?
Tomorrow night, it's Night at the Museum. It's 8 p.m. Central Time, and we just talk about old school stuff, and come on out.
Right on, brother. All right.
All right.
Take it easy,
See ya.
Billy. All right, everybody, it's Mr. William Bailey. First of all, I want to thank all our people who watched us tonight. And I want to thank all my guests. Great group. I love spreading the word about paintball. And the group I had on tonight, you couldn't ask for a better group to do that. Because remember, guys, when we all work together, we make paintball bigger and better. So let's all work together, huh? Get a lot more done working together than fighting. Take my word for it. So until next week, 7 p.m. Pacific time on Facebook on Flagpole Productions, everybody please play hard, play safe, play fair. Get out there and play some paintball. All right? We'll see you guys next week.